couple of things you should know about Lindsey Graham. So if Graham gets reelected, it'll be because the true Lindsey Graham, his record, his views, his priorities, his dark impulses are all lost in the haze of propaganda that surrounds him, and people only know him through the political ads that, his donors paid for. So we think it's important for people to know who he actually is. So we're going to start with a clip. We could do this for like 8 hours, but we're going to do this for like 20 minutes because we want to get to the guest. But we're going to start with a clip from this past Saturday, I think this past weekend. And Lindsey Graham was giving a speech to the Republican Jewish Coalition, I think in Vegas. And he was one of many speakers who were getting hysterical and threatening violence against Republicans who don't agree with them and jumping up and down and raging about the Nazis. The Nazis. 80 years after we defeated them. And Lindsey Graham was probably in some ways less hysterical, but he was the kind of most important office holder at this event. And he said a couple of things that really reveal the program precisely. Here is Lindsey Graham this last weekend.
He recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. Why? Because if you got a problem with that, take it up with God. He's the guy that did it, not Trump. So I just want to say, I feel good about the Republican Party. I feel good about where we're going as a nation. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes.
So there are a couple of things to notice about this that really tell you everything you need to about Lindsey Graham. First, and we left the context of, he's defending Donald Trump. He's saying, not defending, Trump is probably pretty popular in the room, but he's saying, remember, Trump's like a great president. Why is he great? Well, because he moved the U.S. embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. What? I mean, okay, you can make a case for it or not, but why should I care exactly? It's a purely symbolic move. It has actual consequences internally in Israel, but it doesn't even pretend to improve your life. Graham didn't get up and say, he made prescription drugs cheaper. He's going to lower your health insurance, make it easier for your kids to buy a home. He got the cities under control. They're now safe. You can use the parks. He's improving the schools. You couldn't send your kids to public school. Now you can. You can use the emergency rooms again because he's deported 10 million illegal aliens who were hogging the space, which is where we currently are. No. The reason you should love Trump is because he moved the embassy, the U.S. embassy, in a foreign country from one city to another. Huh? Why does that matter? Well, Lindsey Graham explained why it matters. Because God commanded it. Oh, if you don't like that, take it up with God. So God, it turns out, and this may be in one of the non-canonical books in the scriptures, God wanted the U.S. State Department to move the American embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. I mean, it's like kind of a basic tenet of our faith. It may even be in the catechism. What? And of course, given the venue, no one raised a hand and said, I'm sorry, Lindsey Graham, I'm not a Bible scholar here, but how do we know that God wanted the State Department to move an embassy, 80 miles or whatever the distance is, from one city to another? How do we know that's God's preference? But this is kind of a tick of Lindsey Graham. So he explained recently that if you have a problem with Israel, God will kill you. And that would include the United States. He said, I'm almost quoting him here, if the United States abandons Israel, God will abandon the United States and kill us all. We'll die if we don't support, as he calls it, Israel. Israel. This is the Mike Huckabee pronunciation, Israel, which may be some kind of dog whistle meant to telegraph that I'm really on your side. It may be like the Kyiv rather than Kiev. When you call it Israel, it's yeah, I got it. We're on the same page. But anyway, so the first thing we learn is the most important fact to know about Trump. The reason you should love him is because he supports Israel. Second is God demands whatever sort of policy of the moment is God's will. Lindsey Graham, who just guessing, probably not a Bible scholar. And if he is, he's skipping over certain parts of the book. Excuse me. And the third thing to learn, and this really is the heart of Lindsey Graham, is that the Republican Party is doing what you voted for us to do. And that is, and I'm quoting now, cutting your taxes and killing all the right people. So that's the perfect distillation. Lindsey Graham is clever. He's hardly a genius. He's not like a philosopher or anything, but he has summed up the Republican Party that Donald Trump overthrew more precisely than any person I've ever heard in my life. Cutting your taxes and killing all the right people. Because that really is the crispest way to describe the marriage of libertarian economics and neocon foreign policy. Cutting taxes and killing. And if you think about it, who'd want to be associated with that? Not an argument for higher taxes. Higher taxes can be bad. But cutting taxes is not a virtue in itself. The point is, if people are overburdened by the tax system, if it's hurting them, and we're not getting a lot out of it, if it's growing like, some completely impenetrable democracy that's hurting the country, which it is, by the way, then of course you want to cut taxes, I guess, to starve the cancer or whatever. You can make the argument. But cutting taxes itself is hardly a virtue. It's a contextual matter. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. It totally depends. But in Lindsey Graham's simplistic but heartfelt formulation, cutting taxes is just a positive good always. And so is killing people. Killing people. You can sum up foreign policy. Killing people. Killing the right people. No, they got to be the right people. But killing people. Killing people is just a good thing. Like it's one of those things you don't need to describe. It's like sex with your wife. It's just good. Have you killed someone today? Oh, good. You have? Okay, good. That's how he thinks of it. And if you take 3 steps back, I mean, you're sort of tempted if you've known Lindsey Graham like I have for 25 years. You're like, yeah, it's Lindsey Graham. He's always saying these provocative things. But if you think about it for a second, like, you're a sick fuck if you say something like that, much less if you believe it. Killing people? Have you ever met anyone who's killed someone? You probably have. You may be someone who's taken a human life. It's a very heavy thing. And it's something that even if you win the fight and walk away and the other man doesn't, it stays with you for life because it's the heaviest thing there is. And it's the most forbidden thing there is. It's the darkest thing there is. We don't create life. And except under very rare specific circumstances, we're not allowed to extinguish it because we're not God.
I have never been able to wrap my head around as to why we support politicians. We chant for them, we sing for them, we praise them. Some of us even go as far as worship them. And for what? Really for what? They don't do anything that benefit us solely, do they? I, for one, I have never been a fan of any political party in my own country. I have never voted, honestly, because I have always thought of it to be more of a cosmetic surgery than an actual thing. I have never been in support of any party because they, behind closed doors, are in cahoot. They are best friends. I mean, the politicians. They pat each other's shoulder behind closed doors. They come out and they make outrageous statements about each other. They come out and they motivate the crowd with their distaste of each other and how they dislike the other party and how they are the best candidates who will deliver the best for the people and only them can do every single thing for us. That's what they say. And do you know why they say that time and time and time again? Or do you even bother to give that some thought? It's because they know that deep down we are very, very gullible. They know deep down that we are very, very ignorant. They know deep down that we are easy to play, easy to manipulate. And to an extent, we do not even have a brain of our own. We easily believe every single thing they tell us. They know it. And that is why they can manipulate us, they can gaslight us, they can deceive us, they can even play with our emotions. And what do? Nothing. We will vote for them day in, day out. It is the same thing most Americans are now waking up to. For the longest time, they have thought that their politicians actually represent them, that their politicians were out there doing things for the benefit of those who voted for them. That was what they thought. But they are now waking up to this new reality that they were just living in an illusion. All what they thought was just a smokescreen, just complete lies. That the politicians don't really care about the American people as per se, but rather they themselves, the politicians. They don't really care. Because if they did cared about common people, like they pretend to do, they would do things that benefit common people. They will put in place laws that will help the common man win in life. They will do that. They will not drag a mortgage payment for eternity. They will not have you tied down on a mortgage payment your entire life. They will help you go to school, because that is what a caring government does for its people. They will make sure you get good health care. They want to see you be in your best stage or state. They will make sure you get the best of the best of the best, if and only if they actually cared about you. But let us be honest with ourselves. Let us not get all political. Let us not get all, tribalistic. My camp, your camp. My tribe, your tribe. As if that has ever benefited any single one of us. Let us put all those things aside. You are a transgender, I am a straight person, you are a gay, I am a heterosexual, I am a Christian, you are a Muslim, I am a Christian, you are a pagan, I believe in this, you believe in that. Let's keep all those aside. Those are the tricks that the elites and the politicians are using against us. They are using all these religious things, all these cultural differences, all this sexual orientation thing to split us apart. We all must keep all these small things apart and focus on the major issues. We cannot let all these little things come between us, for we have major issues to tackle as a people. The first one is unemployment, poverty, starvation, homelessness, your own public health and security. These are the issues that affect almost every single one of us. These are the issues we must be talking about. We must all stand for. But politicians, they know. They know very well. They know that if we rally behind some of these major issues that are a great concern to almost every single one of us, we shall win, we shall defeat them. They know. So what do? They now bring in all these small things that are a concern to a small faction of the population. That's what they bring in. They bring in chaos. They bring in confusion. They bring in disagreement, mistrust. My group is better than your group. No, my group is better than your group. I am a Christian. I serve a living God. You are a Muslim. Your God is barbaric. You are a pagan. You have no God. So you are a less moral person than I am. I know more better than you do because I have a PhD. You know nothing, so shut up and listen to what I'm saying. That is exactly what they do. And we are letting them win every single time. We are letting them win every single time. And we all must wake up and realize that we are being played. We are being taken for a fool. We are being manipulated. We must all rise up, for without that, we will all be screwed for eternity. Wake up.